Joe Burrow's recent calf injury at training camp could ruin the Bengals season before it even begins. Let me know in the comments if you're worried or not about Burrow's injury impacting the Bengals season. Here's why I am. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to Procter's Point of View. As always, we love hearing feedback from you all and receiving comments like this one right here. Stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question. Joe Burrow is 6th all-time in Bengals history with 83 touchdowns. Can you name the 5 quarterbacks that are ahead of him? But to today's topic, is there an NFL quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes, of course, better than Joe Burrow? The answer is automatically and unequivocally no. Burrow has led the Bengals to a Super Bowl, back-to-back AFC title games, and over the last 2 seasons, he leads the NFL with 104 passer rating, and his 69 touchdown passes are the 3rd most in the NFL in that span. Burrow, he isn't just the top 5 quarterback. He's actually top 2 and only behind Patrick Mahomes, a.k.a. Dumbledore, the nickname my boy Ellis L. Williams gave him. But that's why Burrow's non-contact calf injury he suffered during a training camp practice last week is worrisome for the Bengals, who are the biggest threat to Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC. The team is calling it a strained calf, but Bengals head coach Zac Taylor said Burrow will be out several weeks, and over the weekend, Cincy added former XFL quarterback Reed Sinnett to its quarterback room of Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning. That ain't great, to say the least. The Bengals, they're the worst team in their division without Burrow, but it might not be a bad idea if one of those quarterbacks I just mentioned started this season for Cincinnati while Burrow gets to 100%. Why, you ask? Because of the damn schedule. Let's take a look at it. RJ, throw it on the screen for us right here. Week 1, the Bengals face Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, and the Cleveland Browns in the doghouse. Week 2 is another divisional rival in the Baltimore Ravens, which is always a physical matchup historically. And then week 3, they welcome Aaron Donald to Cincinnati. And week 4 comes with a visit to Tennessee and Jeffrey Simmons, who's one of the best pass rushing defensive linemen in the NFL. We know that Burrow is a pure pocket passer who doesn't really use his legs unless he has to, but he's one of the best at moving around in the pocket to avoid hits and avoid sacks. As a former college quarterback myself, I can tell you that the ability to do that is compromised when you have a soft tissue lower leg issue like a calf. You start to think about that when you want to plan to take off, and that small hesitation could result in a big hit and an injury much worse than a little calf strain. I'm not advocating for the Bengals to sit Burrow down for the first 4 weeks of the season, but they did have a slow 2-3 start to last season and still found themselves in the AFC Championship game. I don't want to see Joe Burrow unless he's 100% healthy. That's where I'm at with it. But back to today's trivia question that I posed at the top. The 5 quarterbacks who are ahead of Joe Burrow in Bengals franchise history with touchdowns, it's Andy Dalton, Ken Anderson, Boomer Esiason, Carson Palmer, and Jeff Blake. So while Burrow can miss time and still pass Blake, it'll be a while before he's at the top of that list. But let me know in the comments if you're worried about Joe Burrow's injury, and go check out our latest Procter's Point of View on a quarterback who Cincinnati should really think about bringing in lieu of Joe Burrow's injury. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'll see you right back here tomorrow.